Pirates of the Caribbean, the first successful franchise based off a theme park ride that's remembered mostly for its smells. And as the age-old saying goes, if franchise, then video game. And video game it did. From 2007 to 2013, Disney had produced and sustained an actual MMO based on the Pirates of the Caribbean series, dubbed Pirates of the Caribbean Online, or POTCO for those who don't want to abuse your keyboard. Now, I actually won't be talking about that game because it closed in September of 2013. No, the game I'm talking about is better. Ladies, gentlemen, and whatever else is watching this, I give you The Legend of Pirates Online. It's practically part of my childhood, so when I heard that it was going to be remade by a team of dedicated fans, well, my mind ran wild with the possibilities. They could do what Disney could never do. They could fix bugs, put in more content that people wanted. The possibilities were endless. So, as soon as I could, I got on and started playing. Now, as of this video's release, the game is still in beta, but it's in a state where I can give it a fair review. I believe in reviewing on the go, so let's start this game up, and I'll give you my thoughts as we play. Now, you start off as a blank slate avatar sharing a cell with the controversy magnet himself, Johnny Sparrow. Jacked Up. Oh, you know what I mean. It's here where you can customize your character as you see fit, although it's less customization and more choose-your-own chromosome mishap. Once you're finished making your avatar look like he put out a grease fire with his face, Captain Dreadlocks frees you from the cell and bids you farewell. You quickly run into the game's main antagonist and Curse of the Black Pearl backwash, Jolly Roger. He pulls a Captain Salazar before it was cool and sends you to Port Royal. I hope you enjoyed that because you never encounter him in the story again. Before I talk more about the quote-unquote story, I should talk about the gameplay. Practically everyone not a pirate is out to get you, so you'll need a few weapons to defend yourself, and The Legend of Pirates Online has plenty of those. There are 6 weapon types in all: swords, guns, voodoo dolls, daggers, grenades, and voodoo staves, whatever. You unlock these as you level up doing the oh-so-tedious quests. The sword fighting and the combat in general boils down to click until dead, so there isn't much in the way of an actual dueling system. You can unlock skills and abilities with these weapons, although I often find myself using the default attack as the abilities are mostly for stunning and defense increases. You know, the stuff you don't care about because it's quicker to just hack them apart like a coked out General Grievous. You start off fighting low-level Navy cadets who are in charge of guarding the gate to Fort Charles for some reason, but as you level up, your skills can be put to better use, cutting down the best soldiers in the Royal Navy and the East India Trading Company. Jolly Rancher has an undead army all over the Caribbean, and they range from skeletons and resurrected shipwrecks to weird things like giant fly traps and even giant killer tree stumps. I guess the Lorax switch sides. But land combat is only part of being a pirate, and unfortunately the internet won't be a thing for several hundred years, so you'll have to settle for the lesser kind of pirating: sailing! You can find a ship at your dealership where the ship dealer will give you a deal on your ship and deal your ship to a smaller ship for you to ship out to your other ship. Also, you can pimp out your ship, but only from destroying other ships and taking their shit. Remember this? There'll be a quiz later. That pretty much covers the basics, so now I can get back to what can laughably be called the campaign. You are Jack Sparrow's ally, and he needs you to recover his beloved ship, the Black Pearl. It's not as beloved as he says, apparently, since he's content letting some random guy find it while he Hugh Hefners his way around Tortuga. It's not as simple as just finding it. No, that would make sense. First, you need to gather the crew. And so begins the most needlessly long venture since the Casey Anthony trial. Each crew member is the same, with different reasons for being the same. They have debts. You will work them off for them. They will get their name cleared of all piracy charges thanks to you, and they join the crew so they can commit piracy all over again. Some are obnoxiously long, like Gunner, Gordon Greer, and the infamous Gilladoga. You end up going to the wiki just to see how much busy work is left to get these freeloaders out of self-imposed debt. And the ultimate slap in the face? They don't even help you recover the pearl at the end of the quest!
Yeah, you gather up your own crew and take it back with them. So you could have just skipped the whole crew part to begin with. And no, you never see the crew from the movie aside from Josh McGibbs. You never see Pentel, Rigetti, Martin Cotton, none of them. Instead you get people like Scary Mary, Don Braun, Carver, and other people whose parents were slobbering drunk at the president.
Okay. I'm good. Let's move on. The true bread and butter of the game lies in the looting system. This system is interesting to say the least. Remember the weapons I was talking about? There's actually different rarities of each weapon type. Crude, common, rare, famed, and I swear to whatever deity is out there, if I see another random Joe get one of these in 2 minutes while I've been looking for 5 hours, I will strangle a panda and dump its corpse into a third world country's water supply! Or legendary for short. The only way to get the good stuff is to mindlessly click away at enemies everyone says gives out good weapons when defeated. When you realize that there is no correlation between random loot drops and bosses, you start killing random enemies and taking all the loot in hopes that you will eventually get something that'll look good on a forum post. As a side note, there is no method to looting that'll guarantee good items. It is in fact all randomly generated. If you disagree, you're wrong and you should stop thinking altogether. Mocking what little subscribers I have? You know what that means! Now that I've properly shot myself in the foot, I'll quickly go over what the Tlopo crew has added to the game in the recent months. So far, they've added 2 new areas, a cave called Hollowed Woods in Port Royal, and another cave called Controversy Cavern, also known as Forsaken Shallows in Illa Tormenta. They might not be as detailed as the other areas, but damn if they aren't a labor of love from the devs. They contain new enemy types and more customization options that would take too long to go over. At the end of the day, no matter how dated the game's graphics may be, or how frustrating the quests are, or even how annoying the loot can get, this game is still a beloved icon from people all around the internet. People who loved it enough to go to the trouble of remaking it without Disney's resources and manpower. Now that's dedication. If you want to play the game yourself, just click on the link in the description below and get started. There's lots of friendly players to interact with, and there's even Discord servers dedicated to The Legend of Pirates Online. I wholeheartedly recommend the game, and I can't wait to see what's next for it.